This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
That's the fastest two trucks. Actually,
Kyle Busch sideways. You're right, they were the fastest in practice. How about these guys? They want to settle it on lap 2. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick racing hard. We've got James Buescher back there in 3rd.
Oh, we got trouble.
Carmichael into the wall. If anybody needed good luck, it was Ricky Carmichael, and it doesn't look like it's happening for him again today.
A lot of damage to the left side of that truck. You see the left front tire looks to be askew on that monster Chevrolet.
Oh, no, actually he's up on the high side that time through.
It looked like he was by himself. There could have been some contact prior to us getting a view of him.
Position, Loudon sideways. He has to check up and get back behind Almirola.
Thought for a moment that may open the door.
Oh, around goes Jason
White's
White.
around.
The 23 of Jason White goes around. Smoke on the backstretch.
You're clear. Keep it rolling. Didn't hit nothing, guys. We spun off the 2.
And that will bring out our 3rd caution.
That caution is a welcome one for Bobby Hamilton Jr. Bobby had raced his way around Mike Skinner and up into the 13th spot, making Bobby Jr. the Aaron's lucky dog under this caution. You can see there this truck's been good since the start. We talked about how fast he was yesterday. He didn't qualify well this morning. It got him a lap down, but now thanks to Aaron's and the lucky
15th when this happened.
Look, he's all the way off the track down on the apron. Totally off the track on the apron, just trying to get that truck to turn, get him some bite down there so he can make that pass, and it just got away from him.
Did a nice job not making any contact with the 81 of David Starr, who was on his outside and then kept it out of the inside wall as well.
Let's see what Mario's
Spot, at least for Todd Bodine. David Starr.
Oh, he's leaning on him.
David,
And around goes David Starr.
Donnie Lee just turned David Starr around.
Mansfield.
Now you see those two up front, side by side about every lap, but when you get, the deeper you get in the pack, the more difficult it seems it is for people to run side by side.
So David Starr gets straightened back out as we're under our 4th caution from New Hampshire.
Todd bounced off David a little bit entering the corner, took David's rhythm away, and then Donnie just had a run on the inside, got loose sideways, and bumped his way into David Starr.
Didn't look like David made a whole lot of contact with the outside wall. Here's another look right here. Donnie was committed to the bottom. David didn't leave him a lot of room, but he left him a lane down there, as you mentioned, Michael. When Donnie got a little bit loose, he needed a little bit more room, and unfortunately, David paid the price. Okay, so they let him go.
See how it affects the handling of the race truck. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch with another good restart. Let's see if Harvick can hold on to that inside line.
Well, don't you know at some point you're going to say side by side?
There's a good possibility. Harvick falls back to 2nd, and they slow down once again. Caution has come out. We've got problems in turn number 1. That's Eddie McDonald. Eddie had problems on pit road. He's been able to work back up to the guys that are on the lead lap.
Caution's out. Caution's
got a
out.
caution.
And with 17 to go, we have our 7th caution.
Mike Harmon.
The Harmonator gets around.
The Harmonator had a strong run in qualifying. I mean, he's one of our trucks that went early, and he put down a lap that stood on the pole for 4 or 5 trucks, and is having a decent day, running along, staying out of trouble, and the thing got away from him there.
He was running up in the top 25, lost a spot.
Down on the bottom of another truck. Looks like maybe got loose as he tried to work underneath the 06 truck. Tim Bainey Jr. He got together a little bit, and Harmon spun around.
To have the advantage as they cross the stripe. That time 41/1000th of a second in front of Harvick.
What a great battle. Here goes Harvick up the hill.
Off the racetrack. Here comes James Buescher. Buescher will pass them both. Harvick in 2nd. Kyle Busch back to 3rd. James Buescher looks to check out on these two now as he gets in front of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
It hasn't been done since 2008. Nobody has beat these two guys when they've both been in the field since 2008.
This time by 9 laps of racing to go. James Buescher in front of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
Looks like Harvick's all over the back of Kyle Busch again, maybe getting to the back of him as he enters turn 1.
Those two continue to fight it out on the racetrack. This time it's for second and third. James Busher now with a 5-truck length lead over Kyle Busch.
We saw that great feature in the setup show about Turner Motorsports. They all felt like they would get to victory lane before the 2010 season ends.
The guys are cheering him on the wall. Could happen today in New Hampshire. James Busher looking extremely strong. He was fastest in second practice from yesterday. He was the fastest one going into qualifying, and now he's showing it on the racetrack.
Last time by, he was the fastest by 2 or 3 tenths. Check out this pass. Harvick comes into turn 1, slides up the hill, takes Kyle Busch with him, and look at James. Down to the bottom of the racetrack, and away with the lead he goes.
If you guys will open the door, I will walk right through it.
That's a better move by what, a 20-year-old or 21-year-old?
A veteran move by a kid that's just 20 years old out of Plano, Texas. Two guys running side by side, Timothy Peters and Ron Hornaday.
Hornaday's truck is not performing like it was before this caution. I wonder if he was involved in the Mike Harmon spin. You know, Harmon spun out. Hornaday was in that end of the racetrack. Oh,
contact!
Trouble.
Contact once again, and now around goes Hornaday. Oh, unfortunate for the 31 of Busher. He'll have to go through another restart.
Yeah, with somebody like Kyle Busch up beside him for this restart.
8th caution, this time for the 33 of Hornaday. The guys know they've got a great truck, but they're going to have a great driver they're going to have to beat to win this race.
Didn't you feel it coming, though? This thing has been so dramatic with the Busch and Harvick side by side all day long, and then James Busher thinking he's just going to slip in there and steal it from these guys. It's not going to be that easy.
Not so fast.
No.
Now, if I'm a crew chief for James Busher, I would say,
well, he's going to take the outside, I'm sure. You see Timothy Peters gets loose getting into the corner and just gets on Hornaday and can't get away from him.
You saw his tires turn way to the right there. He got so loose, he made the contact. Matt Crafton was able to drive by, but unfortunately for Ron Hornaday, into the outside wall. Here's another view. Watch the back of Timothy's truck. Then he has to use some more racetrack, and when he did, that's where Ron Hornaday happened to be sitting.
Yeah, and it blew out Ron's tire, and he didn't have a chance. Even if he could have saved it from the contact when that left rear tire blew out. Watch you see this tire just blow out, and that just sends Hornaday around in a hurry.
Matt Crafton made the pass while that all happened. You see the 33 on pit 4. He chose the outside line. James Busher on the outside, Kyle Busch on the inside, back in the gas. Green flag in the air. Busher has a great restart as he goes into turn number 1. Can he clear him and hold on to him? Here comes Kyle Busch battling back. Busher back up the racetrack, side by side, and Kyle Busch has the lead down the backstretch.
Into the outside wall, Kyle Busch.
Comes Kevin Harvick, though. Harvick is able to work back up and battle for second now.
Kyle Busch cut James Busher off. It put Busch into the wall, but he's still got the lead, Phil.
Coming out of 4, white flag goes in the air, 1 to go. Kyle Busch, James Busher, and Kevin Harvick, 1, 2, 3.
I thought that maybe Kyle Busch would have some damage from bouncing off the wall. It doesn't look like it's up to slow him down much. You can see the damage on the right side.
He's got white concrete all in his wheels and on his tires, down the side of the truck, but he's driving away with the win.
Wrecking behind him is the 81 of David Starr. That will bring out
no caution.
The checkered so far. As they come in at turn number 4, Kyle Busch is going to win in New Hampshire. 21st career win for Kyle Busch. How about that finish?
Way to go, guys. Heck of a team effort right there, boys. KB, that's positive.
James Busher had a great restart, but Kyle Busch was able to get up beside him, and then he used him up a little bit off the corner, didn't he, Mike?
He did. He just pulled up, and James was still in the hole. It wasn't a whole lot different than what we saw out of those guys over at Bristol. Not Busher, but Kyle Busch racing hard in the nationwide race with Keselowski. Those guys had the same type of exchange. Kyle won over there too, Phil, and he was able to pull into victory. He's going to pull into victory lane here.
How about the 30 and 13? A little confrontation taking place there between Johnny Sauter and Todd Bodine.
This is after the race is over right here. Having a little bit of a chat.
Yeah, a little discussion as to how they felt they raced each other on the track.
Hey, what does that street smart mean you have on your car, on your truck, Johnny? I was just curious. Maybe that's what the discussion is.
It could have been. It could have been.
Kyle Busch is smoking up the front straightaway, y'all.
Maybe another perfect donut down on the front stretch.
A Dunkin' Donut.
You know, when you get down towards the end of the race, we talked about how much room Kyle Busch was giving Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick giving Kyle Busch. We got down towards the end of the race.
That all went out.
That all went out the window. Hey, there's a race to be won here.
And only 2 laps to do it in. Adam Alexander.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.